Hi, ReLIVE fans, and I am back again with another episode of Is She Worth Your Gems or Is She Not? And today, I will be discussing the new unit, a new cheerleader unit, which is Cheer Yachiyo. But before that, I'm really happy because I got um the Renaissance Karen, and I love her design so much. I mean, she's not much of a good stage girl, but I really want to race her already. So excited! And yup, you can see on my screen who I got: Sonoko Yuki Yachiyo, and you can see her actually on the gacha pool, and you can see all the cheerleaders lined up there. I got lucky and I finished almost all my gems. Hopefully I get more gems for like from my passport since it's expiring. But I'd say out of these three stage girls, you must know that Yachiyo is the greatest among all of them. But anyways, let's get into detail and let's discuss what she does and why is she the best cheerleader stage unit. Okay, let me filter that. Um, there we go. Alright, so Sonoko Yuki Yachiyo Tsuruhime is a back row space unit, and let me just double check my Google my Google page if okay. So she is amongst all of them, I think the slowest as far as I know. I'm not sure. I don't know if Maya has 1,800, but she has 1,792 at max rank. Meaning her speed is actually pretty decent, fast enough, but not as fast as Snow White and, of course, Tsukasa. But with that said, let's get into her skills and explain why she is the best stage girl and, I mean, not stage girl, the best cheerleader amongst all of them. So, let's get into skills. So, Strike of Brilliance, basic, you guys know that. Beauty Step, which has evasion rate up and recover HP each turn to the three front allies. Okay, so as you guys know, what makes Snow White very strong is her chance to give evasion to everyone. But her having 2 AP, which is also okay, gives evasion and recover HP each turn for the three fronts, which is good because the three front units are usually the tanks and the people who will defend your team from damage. So she has a 3 AP move, which is Strike of Victory, that does medium damage to front enemies and act power up and dexterity up and critical up to all allies. Okay, so I'm sure you guys are aware about Edward Teach and Tsukasa's buff, and that they're usually 3 AP and could actually deal significant damage once they're given the buff. And what makes this nice is that since it just hits 3 enemies in the front, which is okay, just like Edward Teach, Act Power Up is very important so that when you guys use Climax Act, you guys could burst, especially with the Dexterity Up and the Critical Up, and that will deal significant damage. So, if you guys know how Marie stacks up her buffs and deals significant damage, with her, you can just give it to all your allies and at the same time just explode the enemy team in one go. So what also makes her very, very great amongst the other cheerleaders is her Climax Act, which does very high damage to the three front allies, which is okay, but damage received down and exit evasion to all allies. Okay, let us discuss this into detail. Exit evasion is once you hit 1 HP. So let's say your team is at 1 and like Fortitude is nowhere to be found. Exit evasion restores 50% of your health or 75%. All I know is 3/4 of your health are restored, I think, as far as I observe with the Mirai Mahiru. Um, a great amount, a chunky amount of health is recovered once you hit 1 HP. So how does this work? When the enemy team is hitting you with their final Climax Act and you have exit evasion, you are just gonna heal. You won't even die, you'll just heal. So basically, it's a sort of a type of fortitude, you could say, but it is removable. What makes this very nice is once people try to cleave your team down and they don't have a cleanser, you're able to recover a big amount of health in order for you to sustain your team and at the same time continue living out and going through the amount of rounds you'd have. So what makes this really crazy is that she is the only one that gives exit evasion to all allies. There is one unit that gives exit evasion, as far as I know, which is Thumbelina, but she is very gimmicky, and I don't suggest her for PvP because it's hard to time her properly. But with that said, she is a different kind of counter heal if you'll take a look at it. I'll try to find examples in my future videos, or maybe I'll be actually using her in PvP soon because I'll be raising her today. But um, what what makes this too good is just because exit evasion is just really good. It just makes you heal up, and hands down, this is actually one to look out for. There are no units like this, so as far as I know, there are no units like her, which makes her a 10 out of 10. Okay, let's talk PvP PvE wise. Okay, so in PvE, she is actually very usable in my opinion because of her buffs and her evade, which is helpful amongst AoE bosses or frontline hitters like our boss right now in cheerleader event. He hits a 3 front, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's really helpful. And at the same time, once your tank is going down, you have beautiful posts for you to max up your health again. Okay, let's discuss PvP. Is she good? Yes, 100% yes. Evasion buff is really annoying. Um, all I know is no, it has them. One different evade buff is um, Birthday Mahiru, the new incoming seasonal Akira. But with that said, heal and evasion are actually pretty good. You'd always want that. Strike of Victory, yes, it's very helpful in PvP because as far as you've seen, Tsukasa is being used, Edward Teach is being used, anything buff that will help the team is very useful, honestly. And the fact that she not only buffs, but buffs and attacks, unlike Tsukasa, she just buffs, which is kinda okay. But her beautiful pose is everything. Okay, let's talk about counters. Zeus, Momotaro, Jekyll, as usual, they could cleanse your buffs and just it's very frustrating when you do that. Which is also one of the low points of PvP is once you fight cleansers, they could just ruin your whole combo and just end your team in an instant. And like, poof. Okay, unit skill is very interesting because it's max HP up, finally another back global unit. She has max HP up and normal defense up, special defense up to all stage girls of back position. So it's useful if you have Sleeping Beauty, and the upcoming units are actually back row. And that means more Arurus will be seen. Okay, so let's get into her auto skill. She has Evade, Stun, Freeze. Very nice. But in my opinion, I guess in the future you'll be able to see more Freeze. But there are not much freeze units in my opinion. I guess Onikage is one. Christmas Yuyuko is one. The 3-star Mahiru is one. Mahiru. Michiru is one. But I'd say I'm not sure about the freeze, but still anything resistance is very nice and very good in PvP because it will just help you survive. For memoirs, I guess Aquarium is good. If you want to outspeed the cheerleaders, I think Butterfly is good. But for me, I think I'd personally just give her Aquarium or a Fortitude, just to make sure she would withstand one last extra hit, just to make sure she won't die. But having Evade at the start is very nice. Any stage girl with Evade or Fortitude is honestly very nice. Fortitude is really better, but like it's very useful for PvP. Okay, so where should you use her? I think you'd use her instead of Counter Heal since Counter Heal is hard lately to proc. She's really good. Hands down, she's just really good. She's just really good. I don't know how else to express how good she is, but if you follow Japan server, who is a little bit ahead of us, you'll see a lot of her in their PvPs, and they're pretty wild. Um, what makes her hard is because once you're trying to cleave an enemy team and you reach 1 HP, or let's say you're gonna kill them supposedly, they'd go back to a chunk of health, and basically what you did and your Climax Act is useless. So I do think she is 100% worth pulling for. I am happy that I was able to save up for Tsukasa and her. I hope that I'd have enough or would get lucky to get the birthday unit, which is in 4 days, which is birthday Shizuha. Okay, so if she worth your gems, totally 100% more than Tsukasa, more than H Maya. What makes her better? Her skills, all in all, especially her Climax Act, wherein she is the only stage girl with that kind of Climax Act. Okay, if I'd rate this cheerleaders, if you guys are watching my old videos, it's Yachiyo, Tsukasa, and H Maya. Cheer Maya. So I hope this guide was helpful for you guys, and I hope you guys get her and give you guys a gacha good luck, and see you guys next time.